Hey everyone, this is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. I have a quick video for you on Miss Destiny Payton. The streets are talking, saying that she has been supporting Martel in this custody case, and I'm going to tell you guys all about it. But before I do, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right now. That'll help others find me. Also hit that notification bell. And as always, guys, I truly appreciate every single one of you for your support. Now let's get started.
Let me apologize for whatever I may have done. And that's what I did. So I will apologize all day for not being as available. Period. But we ain't gonna sit here and say that you ain't hear from me, because that's a lie. That is a lie. It's just not the truth. Just not the truth. And so in 6 weeks, if someone feels that in 6 weeks they don't know where your friendship is because they're not hearing from you as much, then what does that really say about the friendship?
So if you're a fan of the show, then you know that Destiny and Melody have bad blood, and it has absolutely nothing to do with Destiny not being able to speak on the phone with Melody a few times a day. But truth be told, their relationship seemed rocky from the very first episode of season 3. But things really took a turn after Melody and Martel sat down to have coffee, and Martel said, "You know what? I don't want you taking the kids to anyone else's house. I don't like that you have them at different babysitters." And he was keeping track of when Melody was going out of town, specifically to Atlanta, and how often she left them with her brother Marcus, who addressed him about being a bad father. Melody said in her confessional that Martel's desire to have the children had nothing to do with him caring about them because he doesn't pick them up when it's his time anyway. And she also said he was simply trying to control her. So I personally was shocked when Destiny told Melody at her video release party, "Why don't you bring the kids to my house instead of having them at all of these other people's house?" And it was definitely ironic that we would hear Destiny repeat things about Melody's children that Martel used against her as a threat. Not to mention, Melody said she had to change her number because conversation she was having on her phone was being repeated to her by Martel verbatim. And we cannot forget how close Destiny and Tisha were on that reunion stage. So close, in fact, that Destiny couldn't even support Melody and say that she was a good friend, despite the fact that Melody had given her thousands of dollars to help her pay the legal fees for her own custody battle, and she also helped her keep the lights on for her and her child. So when Melody says, "What does that say about the friendship?" it says that she was never your friend. She was undercover for Martel the entire time, period. And Melody basically said that again in a recent interview with TSR when she said the problem with being friends with Destiny is that she was unable to show any type of reciprocity. And as a side note, you guys, remember when Martel and Marcus first got into it? They were at some event where they were both dressed alike for some sort of Halloween thing. And in this scene, Marcus tells Martel that he is really affecting the kids with his, aggression and behavior, and that the kids told him that they wished his partner, his husband, could be their father. And Martel lost it on Marcus and said, "If you ever say that shit to me again, I will beat your mother effing ass." Y'all remember that? Then Martel and Marcus discuss it again at that soft opening for Black. And then Martel tells Melody he didn't like the children at her brother's house because they were a bad influence, being that they were a husband and a husband. And Melody said, "You had no problem with it before." And he said, "I do now." I wonder if this is part of the mess that Martel is actually using as evidence against Melody in court, because he's definitely going to have a hard time. Number one, Marcus is an educator, and he is clearly a respected educator, so that's a problem. Number two, Martel has a bit of a reputation in Atlanta that even Marcus has threatened to say on many occasions, but now there is a lot more people talking about it. And that's how you know Martel truly is his own worst enemy, because he forgets about all the dirt that he has in these streets. People talk, man. So let's get back to Destiny. The current social media rumor is that Destiny is supporting Martel in his court case. And someone actually reached out to Destiny in her IG comments and said this: "Is it true that you testified for Martel in the custody case against Melody? It's all over social media." Destiny responded, "Hell no. I'm fighting for my own battles with court. Y'all believe anything. But the court papers said that you showed up as a character witness for Martel." Destiny responds, "Lies." Then she says, "Proof, ma'am," shaking my effing head. So I haven't found anything saying that Destiny went to court for Martel as a character witness. Even though I totally get why people would think that, because Destiny has an extraordinary amount of hostility and anger anytime she sees Melody or Melody's name is even mentioned. And now people are saying that they think she wrote a letter of support. But from what I've researched, I don't think she could get away with that either. I went to Google and one of those Ask the Lawyer sites, and this is what I found. Out-of-court statements that are offered to prove that you are, in fact, of good character and therefore should have custody of your children are inadmissible hearsay evidence. The reason is a letter cannot be cross-examined in court. Now, we all know that Destiny has way too much going on to be a character witness on paper or in person. And frankly, I don't know who would ask her. Destiny makes way too many faces to be a character witness. She can barely sit through a regular interview without making a bunch of faces. So she needs a lot of training to do that. But you guys let me know what y'all think about all of this. Do you believe Destiny when she said, "Hell no, I didn't show up in court for Martel"? And she told on herself when she said that she is still fighting the courts. Do y'all think that it has to do with her and her ex fighting over their child? Because Destiny made it seem like she has full custody of law on the show, even though her social media page would say otherwise. Also, do you think that Martel is using Melody's brother against her in court because he's in a same-sex marriage? He's saying he doesn't want his children to be around her brother. Because if y'all remember, Melody had her children and her mom at Marcus's house that 4th of July weekend. And Marcus was teaching Sugar Mama how to swim. And I believe Marcus's mother was there too. So it was a really big, happy family. There was a lot of people there, in fact. But in lieu of this court case, I think that Melody was sending a message because, as we all know, she plays chess, not checkers. And she was letting Martel know that she is not with the shits. She also said that she plans to be bi-coastal and is currently looking for properties in LA and in Atlanta. So Martel can kick rocks, okay? But you guys let me know what y'all think about all of this, okay? Talk to me in these comments, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. I will see you all on the next one.